I'd like to tell you about one of the most effective natural treatments for ADHD, and it is one of the most severely underutilized interventions. What have I said? That there's an intervention that's natural, that doesn't involve medication, and it is so effective that other forms of medication for ADHD can actually be reduced. And it's something we've known about for a long time, but it hasn't really been put to the test of science and been proven. There are other natural treatments that you may have heard of, and some of them are called neurofeedback. Some are called cognitive behavior therapy, psychological treatment, and then there's something called cognitive training. And these are interventions that are kind of offered as alternatives, but they don't even come close to this treatment. And the treatment is called physical exercise. It has been recognized over the last 5 years and put to the test of science that is more effective than all those alternative treatments combined. It is incredibly effective, and it has huge health benefits. It helps mental agility, attention, working memory, and taps into those higher functions of the executive functions of the brain. And the American Academy of Pediatrics has recommended that if your child can do 60 minutes of exercise per day, it is life-changing. 30 minutes of physical exercise per day would also be very, very good. And it really taps into releasing those neurotransmitters called dopamine. It releases and stimulates the brain. There's also another neuropeptide that is released that activates it, almost like jump-starts the brain. And this can be effective for everyone. It helps mood. It reduces and increases your mood. It's almost kind of like we're being given free Ritalin and Prozac together. The physical exercise, if it's done in the morning, it can set your child up for a better focused day. It can, even taking the dog out for a walk quickly in the morning can make a big difference. And it helps focus, concentration, mood, de-stresses. It can boost those neurotransmitters to such a degree that it helps your memory. The other thing is that being outside in nature seems to be an added component to the exercise. Being outside in nature, connecting, somehow that is just part of who humans are. We are social, but we're connected to the earth. That is our environment that we've left behind, brought ourselves indoors, excluded that natural connection. Camping, fishing, running, just going for a walk outside makes a big difference. And the impact on exercise on sleep, the quality of sleep, and of course the add-on benefit the next day, being able to focus better. So exercise before school, at school, in between recess, breaks at school. And obviously teachers that have children that are not doing their work, it's not such a good idea to keep them indoors and necessarily as a form of punishment for not doing work, because by children exercising, moving, movement science. I even heard an interesting story about some of the Scandinavian countries who have lessons that are 1 hour long. 35 minutes of work and 25 minutes of physical exercise, because they have recognized the power of exercise. And of course, when a child gets home from school, before they get going, sitting, lying on the couch, doing their homework, get them outside. Before they come inside, it will have a huge impact on their concentration and work performance. And of course, sports. Schools in South Africa are very fortunate to have the participation in sports. Our schools offer sports inside the school program, unlike other countries like Australia, where you've got to do additional sports. So the well-being of children is dependent on their physical exercise. And the bonus is it doesn't involve medication.